This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Lovin. This is Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod, episode 59, Star Wars Prequel Pandamonium. Clankety clank, bitch.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good for a Wednesday.
For this Wednesday. Yeah, but you've had a hell of a week.
I tell you what, it never stops.
Well, hopefully it stopped today.
Yeah, well, at least for today.
Yes, that's all that matters.
I made homemade queso and we smashed some nachos.
Oh, that was delicious.
Happy to Cinco de Mayo for anybody who gives a rip.
Yes, and happy Revenge of the 5th for those who celebrated as Revenge of the 5th.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to get into a 5th later.
Oh, shit. You're going to get into a 5th later. Not so much.
Well, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Audible, and Google Play. Check out the Red 5 Network for all kinds of excellent podcasts like the Jedi Temple Archives and Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast.
Hell yeah. Check them out. If you're listening to this as an audio podcast, please consider joining us live on Wednesday nights on YouTube at youtube.com/c/ATSW The Escape Pod, all one word.
And please join us at patreon.com. Search ATSW The Escape Pod in the search creator bar to support our show and get in on the exclusive escape crate, which we are going to draw soon.
Is that today?
That is today.
It's going to be in a little bit.
In a little bit.
I'm kind of scared.
Set your watch.
Okay.
Not that long.
Okay. I just hit the Indiglo light. That's all I did. Please visit our store on tpublic.com, search ATSW The Escape Pod, and make sure that you scroll down and look at all the random goodies like phone cases, pillows, and tote bags, in addition to sweet t-shirts and hoodies.
Yes.
This isn't from ours, but this is a TeePublic. This is a TeePublic purchase.
So is this.
Hell yeah.
We are the Red 5.
That is true. Shout outs, my friend.
Well, let's shout out the chat first.
Hell yeah, let's shout them out.
Dragon Buddy, Used and Abused podcast, DJ from the Star Wars. Gosh, I'm gonna blank it out.
Oh man, I thought you had this under control.
Yeah, I'm the worst. It's a Star Wars podcast.
He can fill it in. He can fill it in, and we'll get back to him.
Yeah. Lunar Girl, Jen is in the chat. Big Lovin was in the chat. Who else? That seems to be it.
Rogue One.
Oh, Rogue One Radio is in the chat.
Yes.
Nice.
See, we fucked that up.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We're fantastic. That's how we roll.
Mm-hmm. Lunar Girl was talking about my our shadow on my cheekbones, and I don't particularly know why there is a shadow.
Because I knocked the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, Use and Abuse podcast joined the chat as well.
That was like the first or second one you said.
It was?
Yeah.
Well, then read the shout outs, bitch.
Shout outs. First and foremost, always got to give a shout out to the Sidebar Cantina. That is Dave and Jason. That is the New Jersey Delphians. That is the homies. They are doing their thing. Excited with all the new content they're bringing to the podcasting world. It's fucking fantastic.
DJ's other show besides Rogue One Radio is Star Wars and Beyond.
Holy fuck, you have time for 2 shows?
Yeah.
Holy crap, man.
He's
no way. Man. Yeah, whoa.
Magic Man.
Don't look over here. Oh shit. Next, check out Use and Abuse with Kim and Scott. They're doing their thing. Check out Big Swede's Excellent Adventure and Tactical Swede and Swede Reacts and on YouTube, and something Dark Side Swede and Swede, I like your gear. I'll be getting a shirt soon. That's not. I was just telling him that.
Yeah.
That's nothing about a channel. I'm just telling him because I like it. He's got a dope ass hoodie. He's one of the first people to see it. Well, no, you got a hoodie too. You got a zip up hoodie though, don't you?
No, I just got a regular hoodie.
His hoodie looks sweet and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colors. It works. It works.
I like it. You didn't. And then, of course, the Swede Industrial Complex.
It's sweet. It's true.
You can't
It's
stop
true.
it. You just have to keep feeding
Yeah,
money into it.
It's true. I just if you didn't notice, we did not shout out our man Keith.
No.
Keith is done with doing his thing. He still has his Facebook page, and we'll occasionally shout that out here and there, but he is done doing his little one-offs, his little weeklies, or sometimes every other day. Sometimes you just get in there for 5-10 minutes and then he be out.
Yep.
But we're gonna miss the man. It was cool listening to him do his thing. I didn't always get into the magic thing because I'm not a magic dude, but Keith is a funny fucking guy, and it's a great outlet. And if you ever need to come back to it, man, we welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to make it a point to have him on the show at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Our Patreon shout outs, Scott and Kim Rasmussen, Todd Lovin, Jen and Jess Bolt, Big Swede, Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, Richie the King Armbruster, Ron Old Man Johnson, Eric Dub Williams, Philly Dave Martin, and as always, Nostalgia Inc. sponsoring the Escape Crate. And with that, let's go ahead and draw our Escape Crate winner for last quarter.
I like it. Do you want to show some of the new stuff off?
Oh yes,
because that's going to be outside of the Escape Crate.
Yep.
We want to share some of that.
Nostalgia Inc. hooked us up with this little bundle of joy here. We're gonna give one of these away each week.
Yeah.
Have we decided what's going to be the catalyst for winning one of these?
I think we'll put a post out there if you want to be in the drawing, and we'll just put you in the friggin' drawing.
Yeah, let's do that, and we'll have like, subscribe, share, kind of thing. And as long as you've done those things,
then we'll throw you in the drawing. Like, subscribe, and share.
But we got this mad stack of Star Wars Insider magazines. So we're gonna give one of these out every week for the next about 10 weeks, it looks like.
Yeah, we got a lot of them. So
so tune in for that for sure. And yeah, it's gonna be
is it a debauchery?
It is debauchery. We're definitely gonna do like, subscribe, share this video.
Yes.
This week's video. And leave us a comment on YouTube.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, if you could leave us a comment on YouTube, that'd be fantastic.
And that'll be the clincher. Once you've done all those things and you comment on this video on YouTube, we'll put you in the drawing.
Hell yeah. I like it.
So that being said, I've got our number generator. There's 146 entries.
Yeah. You have the list pulled up?
I do.
Okay.
It's right here.
Okay. I see it.
Okay. So, fingers crossed, cross your toes, pierce your nipples, whatever you got to do. Here it comes. The number is 55.
Number 55. Shit is real.
Number 55 on the spreadsheet is Jen. Just Jen.
I thought they couldn't win that again.
Did we just what did we decide? A year?
Yeah.
This is the fourth one?
Yeah.
Ha. Not just Jen.
Sorry, guys. So
we're gonna roll again.
It's because I did the weird finger cross.
Is that what it is?
It's the weird finger cross. I messed it up. Somebody's pissed.
Here we go again.
Stop watching the show.
61.
I think it's them again.
I think it's Jess.
They can't win again.
Things are happening, folks.
This is fantastic. Super weird finger cross.
All right, let's start again. 82.
82.
Does anybody believe in this is real? 82 is Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, and they won this year, didn't they?
No.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, everybody.
Dragon Buddy won. Hell yeah.
All right, let's get back to the show.
That was fantastic. Jen, son of a bitch. He is not happy.
Scott says, give our numbers to Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy. We didn't have to.
Yeah, we didn't have to. It wasn't necessary.
Now we did say once upon a time, if something popped up where somebody got a repeat, we'd throw out a consolation prize.
We haven't figured that out because this is the first time that's happened. So can we get back to him in the next show?
Yeah, I'm thinking like old salad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like a bowl of old salad.
A bowl of old salad lettuce has been grown by Brondo.
It's what plants crave.
It's what plants crave.
So we'll get something out to Jess and Jen as well.
Hell yeah.
But the crate is going to Pennsylvania.
There it is. Nice.
There it is.
Nice.
They can get a swag bag. I think you're right.
A swag bag?
Yeah, we'll have to make up a swaggy baggy.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Cool. Movie news.
It's movie time. Movie time. It's movie time. Movie time.
Yeah, movie time.
I love movie time.
It's one of the best parts of the show for me because I know shit's getting kicked off.
Hell yeah. We're really going now.
DC Fandom returns October 16th. Do you remember Fandom from last year?
I remember Fandom they showed the Batman.
Yep,
trailer,
that's where
that was the big highlight.
We're gonna get all of the new DC news. Essentially, Fandom was the decision they made about how they were going to get things out when they couldn't go to Comic-Con.
I gotcha.
So we're going to see that a lot of these companies are going to do this, and they're going to continue doing this post Comic-Con International. And I'm wondering if they're going to go back
to Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, because from what I hear from an industrial point of view, going to be at Comic-Con is a pain in the ass.
Oh, I'm sure. And it's so limited to who can go.
Yep. So there's that. Lunar Girl totally explaining to DJ how to get in on the escape crate.
Oh, thank you, Lunar Girl.
Yeah, so let's go back and recap that. If you join Patreon at every level of subscription, there is an amount of entries that you earn for the escape crate
per month.
And you can also earn entries if you share our videos on your social media and tag us in it so that we know you did it.
Yep.
So that's how you get in. You can either get in on the cheap
simple
and just do legwork.
Just do the legwork, or you can use the money.
Or you can use only money.
I am the Darian. Only money works.
You want to go next?
Yeah. Finn Wittrock to headline Green Lantern HBO Max series as Guy Gardner.
How do you feel about Guy Gardner being the Lantern that we're watching?
I never got into Green Lantern like that. I knew Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I knew Hal Jordan, I say I know the name Hal Jordan.
Right.
Guy Gardner sounds familiar, but I'm not a Green Lantern guy. I'm not going to sit here in front and pretend I am.
Right. So this is what I understand about Guy Gardner. He's somewhat of a fuck up, but he's a heavy hitter. So when shit needs to get handled, they call in Guy Gardner. I'm going to assume, not being a Green Lantern reader, there must be some comedic element to some of the shit that Guy Gardner gets himself into.
They just got to be careful. They got to be careful they don't cross the line.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the line is.
I know, but Marvel has seemed to found a good balance of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think DC can go that far.
Well, I think if DC television studios, Warner Brothers television studios, if they get that tone going, it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
But if they let the tone of the films go, it's not going to make very good TV.
No,
it's too heavy-handed.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
So Guy Gardner. There it is.
Yeah. Captain Marvel 2 is officially titled The Marvels.
Yes. So we're gonna get Miss Marvel, we're gonna get Captain Marvel, and then we're gonna get what's her name from WandaVision?
Photon.
So close.
Oh my god.
Photon is one of the names she goes
I
on.
know, but it's
Yeah. Mhm.
that's the kind of day and show it's gonna be, guys.
Yep, there it is. I had it in my head and it's gone now. But I really did enjoy her character.
Hell yeah.
Monica
Monica
Rambeau. Yep, but she has a name.
Yes, and I thought it was Photon.
The only thing that's coming to my mind is Stargirl, and that's wrong.
No, that's way off.
Way wrong.
Way off.
And the chat is not helping us out.
No, that's okay, guys.
Just leave us on this
We all
island.
can take a fail.
So me and Brady and the rest of the world really got to see the first look at Marvel's Phase 4.
Yeah.
In a trailer.
Which was sweet because it was overdubbed by Stan Lee.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Yep. I really kind of dug that. It was a real nice touch. And I kind of dug the little clip for, was it Inhumans?
Yeah. No.
Immortals.
Eternals.
And that's got Angelina Jolie in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So there's good shit coming. And we do have a little bit more about Marvel Phase 4 here coming up at the end of movie news.
Yes. Disney reveals a new lightsaber that comes out of the hilt when you turn it on. This saber is part of the Galactic Star Cruiser hotel experience. Did you see this video?
I did.
Of the little girl dressed like Rey?
I was crazy excited.
Dude, I was sitting there trying to figure it out because I'm looking at the hilt and then I'm looking at the blade and I'm like, I don't know how that works.
It doesn't look like it has steps in it, which is
no, it doesn't look like it has steps in it at all.
So maybe they're so clear and fine that you don't see them,
and the light is so bright.
Yeah,
that's tough because if you get that shit dirty, then you're gonna see the rings in it.
Right, and I gotta assume that you're not gonna be able to spar with this. It's not.
What's up, old man Johnson?
It's not gonna be of the grade that you can just go smacking them around.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not like the kinds that we have.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a more you put it up on your wall or show somebody kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I sent Ron a video of that queso that I made.
Yeah.
And he is bitching at me me in his text messages right now. It was really good.
Yeah, Ron. It was tasty. It was tasty.
And we put it all over everything.
Just slathered. We used a brush.
Oh, Ron says, who's the new guy? I think he hasn't seen you with your beard trimmed.
It happens. If he'd been watching the show last week, he would have. Fucker.
Yeah, it's true. It is fucking true. Moving on. Furiosa, the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, will star Anya Taylor-Joy of the Queen's Gambit and is slated to release in June 23rd, 2023.
We've talked about it before. I'm not a big Mad Max guy. Past, present movies. That just never was my realm.
Did you watch the Queen's Gambit?
No.
Did I tell you to watch the Queen's Gambit?
No.
You should watch the Queen's Gambit.
Did I tell? Yeah. Well, hey, it's a good idea.
It is very good. I was gonna really fillet it.
Wow, you just sold it to me, man.
I was really gonna fillet it for a second there, and then I was just like, you know what? It's not that fucking good. It is really good. It's very entertaining. It has some centers around chess, but it is not about the game of chess. You know what I mean? It's not like Finding Bobby Fischer. It's very much a story that has chess in it. Super fucking good though. You should definitely maybe when download it, and then maybe while you're up north, sit there and watch it.
Probably not going to happen.
I need you to see this show.
I know, but it's probably just not going to happen. I
Even-
got to be realistic with
Even
you.
if you check in with one episode, I think Anya Taylor-Joy will impress you.
I think you have a better chance of getting me to watch Letterkenny.
Why aren't you watching Letterkenny? For fuck's sakes, everyone in the chat knows you should watch Letterkenny.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Yeah, Brady
Mm.
always does the show pantsless, guys.
Yeah, I have to.
You're up.
News that came out today. Loki is to release 2 days early, now out on June 9th, which takes it away from the typical Friday releases that Disney Plus has been. Disney Plus has been releasing everything on Friday.
Yep.
So that's going to be nice coming out on a Wednesday. Give us something to look forward to on Hump Day.
So that makes me
Middle of the
wonder, what are they going to do on Friday? Is there a Friday thing, or will there be no Friday thing?
Or will this go back to being released on Friday the following week? Just to get everybody super hyped on it.
Maybe it happens on Wednesday, the first one, and
And then the rest of them are back to Friday.
Jen says, I haven't put on real pants in a year.
That's awesome. I envy you.
Right. I have to wear blue jeans to work.
That's fucking adult goals right there.
Yeah. Now, I'm bitching that I have to wear blue jeans to work, but I worked at a place for a decade. I had to wear these fucked up, scratchy polyester blue shop pants, and I will, for the rest of my life, be grateful that I get to wear blue jeans to work. That is, I mean, the only thing better is if they let me wear shorts.
That would be fantastic.
But somebody fucked that up once upon a time.
I found BDUs in the military to be comfortable.
Yeah, I bet you they're a lot more comfortable than the fabric I was wearing.
Oh yeah, because I had they had what you call summer weights and winter weights. So for winter time, you wore one. They were a little bit thicker, but they didn't feel so damn heavy.
Right.
And then for summer, they wear a thin one, and it felt lighter and breathable.
Nice.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. And it was just nice not really having to. I'm not sitting here saying I want to wear a uniform every day, but it was nice not having to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You just got up and put it on, and you knew what you were wearing.
Yeah, that was nice about working at TAC, is I would just pull out the stuff and put it on, and it'd be same stuff every day. You want to read the last?
Yeah. The Fantastic Four reboot will be the end of MCU Phase 4.
So we got confirmation we're getting Fantastic Four.
That's sweet.
And we also got confirmation we're not going to see that shit for a long time.
Yeah, it's not coming out for a while. I was mad they didn't show shit about Spider-Man. Nothing. They just showed like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, damn it.
Well, there was an awful lot of that where they were showing actual footage from Phase 3. But I think that was with the implication that there'll be that character getting a project in Phase 4.
Right.
So, yeah.
Power up.
I'm bad. Get over here!
Makes me want to jump and smack a block.
And power the fuck up.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order to get PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S upgrade. Free for current owners.
Nice.
Now, why? I thought Xbox Series X was the series and S was just a version of the series. But now every time I read it, it's Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah, just go with it.
Okay.
Don't think too hard about it. Just let it happen, man. Just let it flow.
Just let it happen.
Activision Blizzard CEO says a Ready Player One like metaverse is coming thanks to enhancements to AR, augmented reality, and VR, virtual reality, along with local processing power and distributed processing through the cloud. A legitimate Ready Player One like metaverse might be here before you know it.
That kind of got me excited.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to live in that world.
Yeah, I would. It might be the thing that makes me get VR.
Hell yeah. Have some shit like that would be totally dope.
And I understand why a lot of people are the way they are about, like, oh, they just do it in their living room or whatever. But I would probably find a reason to get like
you would have the whole stroke.
a 8x8 room with like padded walls and
so you could run around, but you were running in place.
uh-huh.
Oh my God, do it.
Yep.
Yes, please make this happen.
We're still a ways from an omnidirectional floor like they had in Ready Player One. That would be the tits.
Yeah, that one. Oh, that would be so awesome.
Definitely. Super cool though that they're already looking at not wouldn't it be cool if they're looking at it like, yeah, we got to figure out how to make this happen because we're going to do it soon.
We're going to do it soon.
Doom Eternal now has paid skins after previous claims that there would be no microtransactions.
Way to fuck that one up.
You know, and I was just reading. Ron asked me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Knob Creek Kentucky Straight Bourbon number 9, 9 years aged bourbon.
9 years age. He's the fancy pencil.
Bougie.
Fancy pencil.
It's really not that expensive. It's just kind of middle of the road. Anyway, I was reading an article today about how most people in the gaming consuming industry
right
are kind of sick of the concept of DLC. You give me a product and then 4 months later you come out with another couple of levels. I have to go back, learn how to play your game all over again because I've already played something else.
Unless you've been playing that game like a multiplayer game.
Right. But for the most part, it's usually like a game like Horizon Zero Dawn, where you play all the way through, you get to the end, you put it away. And then 4 months later, they're like, oh, and by the way, we would like you to...
fuck that.
And
now I understand it for multiplayer when they're putting out more boards.
Sure.
And giving you more levels to play on.
Right.
But no, hell no.
But people are kind of getting to the point where they're not wanting to buy these $15, $20 DLCs because when they do, they don't get the enjoyment out of it they got from the previous
the whole
part of the game because you're kind of like fumbling over your fingers and by the time you get to the end of a really well-made game, you're jamming. You got your fingers completely memorized. You know exactly what's happening, how to anticipate what's coming. And then when they throw you into a new set of levels that's generally set at the higher end of the difficulty for the game, you're like, fuck, I don't remember how to do that. And then you're getting your ass kicked. So that, I'm sure that there's a lot of video game, division heads that watch this show.
Well, there's at least 2 of them I know of.
But if any of you
I don't want to talk about
folks are out there, stop doing that. Just come out with the game that you want and then put your attention into the next thing.
Listen to my buddy. He fucking knows.
Yep.
Okay? All 2 of you, listen.
All 2 of you.
There's 2 of them.
As long as it's the important one.
All 2 of them.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Sports Talk with your hosts, Dangerous Don Juan DellaSnooch, beautiful Brady Lovin, here on the Escape Pod.
Sports is really short, very, very limited. We actually just have one thing. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to return to Green Bay Packers and is speaking another deal, sources say.
So there's that, and I guess I probably should have put in there. We just had the NFL draft this past week.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence went number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Other than that, nothing else screams at me.
U of M
that doesn't even scream at me. Everybody predicted that was going to happen.
U of M had 8 people get drafted, I believe. I think OSU had like 12.
Yeah, I thought Alabama had the most.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Alabama and was it Alabama and OSU had the same?
I'm not sure.
There was 2 at the top.
I know Alabama was, I think, the number 1 daddy.
But the number 1 news of the draft is after 80 years of drafting players, MSU didn't have a single player drafted. Wink, wink. Yeah.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigative reporting on the planet.
That's you, buddy.
Keanu Reeves will reportedly lead Justice League Dark movie as Constantine.
Nice.
Now, I threw this out to Jen and Jess, and the response I got from Jen was not the one that I expected. I think she wants the guy from the TV show to do it.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Keanu Reeves from the movie.
Yeah, I liked Keanu Reeves' movie.
But in all fairness, I haven't watched the TV show. So
Yeah, me either. Yeah, Jen is saying fuck that. So she must feel a certain kind of way.
wow, even fuck that towards Keanu Reeves. That's kind of hurtful.
I don't know.
I don't know if
I don't know who you are anymore. I can't walk down this road with you, Annie.
Are you an angel?
Fuck.
Norman Osborn will reportedly have a massive impact on the MCU future. That excites me.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about that a little last week. That's why I made sure I put it in here. That we kind of heard that there was some Norman Osborn going on.
I told with the little bomb they threw, it was orange and green.
Mm-hmm.
It was orange and green, dude.
Definitely. Just Jen says she loves Keanu. He's not Constantine.
He did a damn good job in the movie.
He's my Constantine because I've never watched any other Constantine
It's
stuff.
the only one I got.
Mm-hmm. So I clicked on the wrong thing and therefore I'm not ready.
Marvel is being sued for allegedly stealing Iron Man costume designs.
So I looked at this. I don't see, given the Iron Man suit that they're alleging is infringing, and the suits that they're implying, it looks like
Right.
the suits that they have are very non-specific, spacey kind of body armor suits.
Right.
Like they literally could have said that it looked exactly like any other science fiction work that has body armor space suits.
Right.
Like the connection between the actual Iron Man suit is so loose that it's kind of gross that they're like, no, they stole it from us.
Yeah.
But the little hook that they have is when they began working on this the concept, they tried to hire these guys to create the look, to draw the look, and they turned it down. So now because the Iron Man suit looks like something vaguely similar to what they made, it must be stolen.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Everybody's out there looking for a fucking paycheck.
And then you know what? Disney or Marvel probably gave them a contract that said, ours is ours now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is going to go no fucking way.
No, not at all.
Either that or they'll tie them up so long in court, these small time guys will have no money to continue fighting, and Disney will be like, see, we fucking told you. You fuck with the big dog, you're going to get bit.
Yes.
Let's get into the Bad Batch.
Hell yeah. We are going to go full spoilers.
Yeah, this is super spoilery. If you haven't watched the Bad Batch, you might want to take a minute and go to the John or something.
We're going to go as spoilery as we can go.
Yeah.
So you might get some stuff, you might miss some stuff. So if you haven't seen it, it's up to you whether you want to pay attention to this part.
But I promise you, we're not going to tell you anything that's going to make you go, well, I don't want to see it now, because this was good shit.
It was really good.
Especially for a cartoon, like this was really good stuff. The Bad Batch, Episode 1, Aftermath, directed by Stuart Lee, Saul Ruiz, and Nathaniel Villanueva. Villanueva?
Yeah.
Well, that's a mouthful. And written by Jennifer Corbett and Dave Filoni. The first thing I noticed was it opens with a narrator, and I'm pretty sure it's the same narrator from the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Well, it opens with the Clone Wars title being burned away.
Yeah. Yes, it did. So it was very much.
I bet you it is the same. It sounded very, I mean, I don't know the show's inside and out to sit here and be like 100%.
Right.
That's the dude, but it
sounded like
really
him.
did sound like him.
Yep.
While assisting Jedi Knights Depa Billaba and Caleb Doom on Kalar, we meet Clone Force 99 and they proceed to wreck shop. Clone Captain Gray receives Order 66. The Bad Batch overhears the order, but except for Crosshair, they feel no compulsion to execute it, and Hunter lets Caleb escape.
Back on Camino.
Hold on. That shit was intense.
Absolutely.
That shit was wild. And you can see the fear because he like Caleb had nobody to run to because he's like he just watched all these clone troopers decimate his master.
Right.
And then he goes running to the other, and these guys like they look like those guys, but he just saw them wreck shop.
Right.
Like he doesn't feel any safety right there.
And they're turning around essentially to help the Jedi.
Exactly.
They're just kind of too late, and the kid freaks out. And
he bolts.
He bolts. Back on Camino, we see Palpatine give a speech about the direction of the government as it becomes the first galactic empire. The Bad Batch encounters Omega, a young female clone who's genetically as unorthodox as they are. Admiral Tarkin later arrives to evaluate whether the clone army is of any more use to the Empire. Taking a very negative opinion of the clones, Tarkin puts the Bad Batch through a training exercise that escalates to live fire. After some adjustments, the Bad Batch manages to win the day.
Yeah. I didn't know it was going to skip over so much in this, what we just read there.
Every one of these does.
Them going through and what's his, Crosshair. I didn't like him, dude. Like, he seemed pretty cool in the Clone Wars, but like the moment that the switch went and he was about killing, I'm like, I don't like this dude. Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong with this guy. Like, I had that feeling the whole time.
Yeah, they didn't even attempt to make him somebody likable.
Not at all. And then the way he was always chewing on a toothpick, I want to punch him in the toothpick.
Oh, so you don't like that?
No, was not a fan of that. A fan of that.
Okay. Little Omega was kind of interesting.
Yes.
We don't know a whole lot about her.
I have a speculation.
You don't have to raise your hand.
I wanted to because I want to let you know. This is important stuff. I think Omega is force sensitive.
Oh, that is kind of interesting. Yeah, the narrator was Tom Kane, who also narrated the Clone Wars.
Thank you, Jamie. I meant Scott. I really get the feeling. I get the feeling that Omega is a female version of the clones that is force sensitive.
Yeah.
To just add layers to it. I really that's the vibe I get.
I like that. Tarkin in this is epic level douchebag as we've seen him.
Yeah, but I don't like him in this at all.
Like, I never did like him.
No, but like I understood him being the bad ass before, like, but now I'm just like, no, dude, you're a flat out dick.
Yeah, he is a flat out dick, which is why he becomes
that's how he climbs the ladder, but he was a super asshole, man.
He is cold as ice.
Fuck yeah. After receiving Crosshair's report on Kalar, he sends the Bad Batch to Onderon to eliminate a group of alleged insurgents and thus test their loyalties. When the insurgents are revealed as fugitives from the Empire led by Saw Gerrera, the Bad Batch decides to go rogue, but are captured when returning to Camino for Omega. Crosshair, who is still under the influence of his inhibitor chip, is reprogrammed by Tarkin to turn against his squad mates, and the Bad Batch and Omega are forced to flee Camino without him. He wasn't reprogrammed. He was juiced up. He was jacked the fuck up to get that.
Yep, definitely. This whole kind of sequence was interesting too. You know, the way that Tarkin was kind of playing all around the sides, like that master tactician style stuff that we see from like Thrawn.
Right.
You know, this really sets a tone for the kind of guy that Tarkin is. I mean, we've seen it in other things, but it sets that tone. Like, this is what you can expect from Tarkin, and we know he doesn't die, so that evil's just going to live on for quite a while.
Right. Oh, the science fictionary joined us in the chat. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Easter eggs. If you guys didn't catch it, Kanan Jarrus was introduced and starred in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, where he was a maverick force user fighting for the good guys, while rediscovering what it means to be a Jedi at a time where they're persecuted. His previous name, before he changed it to hide from the Empire, of course, was Caleb Doom.
And it was cool because they used Freddie Prinze Jr. to do the voice, which I thought was awesome. I mean, It kind of was a little at first. It was like, that seems like a young kid with that kind of a voice, but then you're like, once you figure it out, and you're like, no, okay, I can let it slide.
I found it real super jarring,
right?
Until
you figured
she said his name, and then I was like,
oh, I got it now.
And then I recognized it was the same voice, and
and then you're like, yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yep. Keep doing all of that.
The Bad Batch come up with a plan to meet an old friend in Sector J19. That sector is also known as the Solid Rep Sector. I hope I said that right.
It was close anyway.
Which is largely populated by desolate planets. Unsurprisingly, it is located in the outer rim of the galaxy. The sector first appeared in Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars.
The Bad Batch's ship is a modified Omnicron class attack shuttle named the Havoc Marauder.
I think it's a dope ship. It's slowly creeping up on my list of like top 10 ships.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a Lambda shuttle. Lambda,
yeah,
right?
it's the Lambda class. It's kind of got that shuttle Tidarium look. Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Wrecker stuffed animal is a Tuca.
Ooh.
Wrecker stuffed animal.
Yeah, I heard Reffers.
No. Did I say that?
I think so.
Maybe.
It was awesome. You should say Reffers more often.
Reffers. Wrecker stuffed animal is a Tuca, the cat-like species of which the Loth cat that features often in Star Wars Rebels is one variety. They first appeared in the Clone Wars. Also, several cat-like species mentioned in various corners of the expanded universe preceded them, and were named after Star Wars animation executive producer Dave Filoni's late cat.
I thought that was super sweet.
That's cool. I like it when people hide like pet names or something to the wife or something like that. I always find that's always cool.
Yep.
Or like J.J. Abrams did that in The Force Awakens. He named Ray tells BB-8 not to go so far past these dunes or something. They were named after J.J. Abrams' dad.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. I like that kind of stuff that ties what becomes canon.
Yeah.
Just some gentle nods to some real stuff.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Thanks again for the Den of Geek for writing all these cool Easter eggs. Half of them I would never catch.
Right. Me neither.
They're super good at it.
Is it time for the break?
It is time for the break. You ready?
I gotta go potties.
Do it.
Yes.
Hello, this is George Decay, reminding you, Don and Brady, for your mid-show pee break. Oh my, may I watch? Wang.
Okay, sweet. So next week, me, Just Jen, Lunar Girl, and I'm pretty sure Dragon Buddy are all going to get together, and we're going to talk about one of our favorite fandoms, Doctor Who. We're specifically going to talk about 9, if you're familiar, the 9th Doctor, up to the current Doctor, who I believe is 12. I'm real bad about that. So we're all super geeked about talking, we're going to talk about something that we really love that a lot of the nerd world just doesn't know anything about because it's a British thing. So if you don't know about Doctor Who and you want to know what we're talking about, you can get on YouTube or I'm pretty sure HBO Max has the last like 5 seasons. Amazon Prime has a bunch of them. 14 if you count the War Doctor. Right. Yeah. I do count the War Doctor, so take that. Other than that, that's kind of what we got on the agenda. Brady's going to be away next week, so we had to do something that isn't particularly something he's real hip on. Doctor Who's not his thing, so he doesn't have to be here.
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing that I'm gone so you can cover Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the throat. 13, 14. Exactly. If you count the Doctor War. I know nothing of Doctor Who. Zero. I know zilch. Oh, I'm going up north. My in-laws own a cottage up north, and I'm going up north to help my in-laws do some repairs on the cottage. They got to replace some screens, paint the deck, and stuff like that. So I'm going up north to help them out. So 1 through. Oh, I love reading the chat. Chat is some of my favorite stuff. I love that you guys are here. It always brings a smile to my face. But yeah, so I'm excited for Don to get to do it. I'm excited to get to watch and see what it's like with just Don doing it with other people running it. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be pretty cool though. Like Moose North. Oh, we live in Michigan, so we're going to the UP, so close to Canada. Above Canada, in between Canada, somewhere in there. I'm horrible. Canada. I was trying to explain where the UP is.
Oh. It's the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Right up north.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I missed the chair.
Depending on my cell reception, I'll be tuning in.
All right. Let's give me about 15 seconds.
You got it, dude. Nostalgia Inc. in downtown Jackson is your one-stop shop for comic books, graphic novels, tabletop games, supplies, and tons of other super nerdy stuff.
They have everything from your favorite superhero comics to all the latest manga and horror graphic novels.
Superman, Spider-Man, The Avengers, My Little Pony, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Hero Academia, Star Wars, and Batman are just a few of the familiar titles you will see while browsing through the store.
And don't forget to check out their back catalog.
And for all your tabletop needs, Nostalgia has the largest in-stock selection in the area of Dungeons & Dragons books, miniatures, and more. As well, they have the latest Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card game releases.
Store hours are currently 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So come to downtown Jackson and get nostalgic at Nostalgia Inc. What's up, everybody? This is Big Lovin and Don DellaSnooch.
We wanted to take a minute to tell you how to get more from the Escape Pod experience.
Become a Patreon supporter and you will get lots of bonus content, including movie reviews, videos from Comic-Con, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
But even better, Patreon supporters get extra entries into the quarterly drawing for the Escape Crate.
The Escape Crate is full of great stuff like t-shirts, Funko Pops, stickers, mugs, and other random goodies.
The higher the membership level, the more entries per month you'll earn. You also can receive 1 entry per episode you share on social media.
So if you have a couple extra bucks, toss us some. We will use it for covering the cost of hosting the show, paying for booths at cons, and equipment upgrades.
Thanks for all the support, and now back to the show. Hey, we're back.
I fucking hate that fucking mask.
Yeah.
Creepy.
It's a Star Wars show, baby.
It's you creepy bastard. That's what it is.
Feels good to be in a Yoda mask now and again.
Take that shit off.
It's growling. It doesn't like it when I take it off.
Yeah, well, you need to take it off.
Nice. Well, let's get into the prequels.
Let's do this.
After the world was blessed with episode 4, 5, and 6, about 20 years later,
Yeah, roughly.
they decided they were going to bring out episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Hell yeah.
1999, the year my daughter was born.
Oh, wow.
The Trade Federation upsets order in the Galactic Republic by blockading the planet Naboo in preparation for a full-scale invasion. The Republic leader, Supreme Chancellor Finis Valorum, dispatches Jedi Knight Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi to negotiate with Trade Federation Viceroy Newt Gunray.
Yes. You know what? When I first saw this, I thought those little things reminded me of salamanders.
Salamander.
Yeah. Newt Gunray, just the way their eyes and everything, they reminded me of salamanders.
Now, I'm completely understand that voice actors and just actors in general are required to make choices when they do character work. I was never a fan of Newt Gunray and
I never cared for him, but I also at the same time know that you have to completely change shit up from species to species. So not all of them are going to sound pleasant.
I had a lot of trouble. What were they called?
Because they were just separatists. I don't remember if they were.
No, they have a race, and the only thing that I can think of is Trandoshan, and that is completely
fucking wrong.
We'll move on, and it'll pop into my head later.
The guppies.
The guppies. They are guppies.
They're guppies. Darth Sidious, a Sith Lord and the Trade Federation's secret benefactor, orders the Viceroy to kill the Jedi and begin their invasion with an army of battle droids. The Jedi escape and flee to Naboo, I'm sorry. During the invasion, Qui-Gon Jinn saves the life of Gungan outcast Jar Jar Binks. Indebted to Qui-Gon, Jar Jar leads the Jedi to Gunga. Oda Gunga? I didn't know that was the name of the place. To Oda Gunga, the Gunga's underwater city.
I was really impressed with the art design of this up till now.
Oh, I was impressed up until when they're swimming in the sea and you see the city visually. I thought that was impressive.
Yep, all of that is super beautiful. I enjoy all of that. I do not enjoy the Gungans. I think once again the same thing with the Nemoidians.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what
the Nemoidians. I don't care for the choices that were made about the voices.
What about the way was he a captain? The military Gungan? Did he bother you at all? Because he always sounded so stern.
Yes, I don't think he bothered me as much. He was like
using big doo-doo, not like he was very like to the fucking point. You're like he never ever bothered me.
Right.
But the way Jar Jar spoke, and the first time around didn't bother me.
Or Boss Nass.
I'm like, so unnecessary.
Yes. Now, granted, I know George stands by the fact these are kids' movies. But those of us who are adults are like, no, bro.
Right.
So I'm all for things that are funny or quirky, but this particular movie, out of all 9 movies, has the most little things that get under my skin.
Yeah. I never hated Jar Jar Binks though.
See, I don't care for Jar Jar Binks, and it goes back to the voice acting. The bumbly, clunky, silly bullshit about his character doesn't so much bother me. But I think that some of the choices they made with the way the Gungans talk, and the nonsensical tone that they have, a matter of factly.
See, that's what I'm saying. The guard dude didn't have that.
Right.
The guard dude was like straight to the fucking. He was straight to it. He didn't seem that didn't bother. So it's like two of the characters were kind of like,
Lunar Girl. So Pod Fam, when I visit Michigan in August, are we all going to get matching Smurf tats? Not on the turf? I don't know about that.
I don't know. It's probably not happening. We'll watch you get yours though.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
Did
take
you
video.
get your Smurf on the turf shirt yet? The Jedi failed to persuade the Gungan leader, Boss Nass, to help the planet's surface dwellers, but managed to obtain Jar Jar's guidance and underwater transport to Theed, the capital city of Naboo. After rescuing Queen Padme Amidala, the group makes their escape from Naboo aboard her royal starship, intending to reach the Republic capital planet on Coruscant.
Yes.
I liked almost all of this sequence.
Yeah. The rescue, the whole, yeah.
Jar Jar was way toned down for it. He had a thing to do, and he was very, his flamboyant nature was calmed down quite a bit. And in this particular sequence, I like him. I mean, he's a child,
right?
He's very childish in his thinking, but for the most part, like during these scenes, he doesn't bother me so much.
Right. It's when the spotlight's really on him.
Yeah, when he's expected to carry the scene, it's not good.
Right.
Well, wait, before we go any further, the entire sequence where they're going through Theed and they're trying to save Amidala, I was like, this is good Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of that.
It's super good to watch them kind of move through the city and have to, take on some battalions of.
I mean, they were butter. They wiped through them like butter.
Yeah.
But it still was awesome.
Yep.
Seeing lightsabers out and the whole stroke, man, that's the best.
Yep. And I mean, for them to be able to take them on that way, being a completely new enemy, it wasn't like they had experience with the clone or the droids, like they do in the Clone Wars.
Right. Exactly. Passing through the Federation blockade, the ship is damaged in the crossfire and its hyperdrive is disabled. The group that lands for repairs on the outlying desert planet of Tatooine, situated beyond the Republic's jurisdiction. One thing they fail to miss in this is, or fail to talk about in this is R2-D2. We're introduced to R2-D2 here. Mm-hmm. He's the one who saves the day. Yep. Gets the ship back online and fixes everything and gets them at least to Tatooine.
Right. And for the most part, if you really pay attention, we watch most of the Star Wars saga through R2-D2's eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's always been around. He's always been there.
And he's the through line. And a lot of the times, if you sit back and think about it, the perspective that you're watching the events unfold are from his point of view.
Possibly.
And there are people out there that will argue that to the death. And
I'm not.
I know.
Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar, Astromech R2-D2, and Padme, disguised as one of her handmaidens, visit the settlement of Mos Espa to purchase a new part for their hyperdrive, which you don't know she's disguised at that point.
Right. What I don't understand is, she's in disguise, but don't they call her Padme?
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
Okay. No, he refers to her offhandedly as Your Highness, but they don't.
Yeah.
She never says, I'm so-and-so.
Right. Right.
Okay. Fair enough.
Of course, R2 has a soul.
So we get into, well, I don't know what the next one says, so let's not. Yeah. They encounter a junk dealer named Watto and his 9-year-old slave, Anakin Skywalker, a gifted pilot and engineer who has built a protocol droid, C-3PO. Qui-Gon senses a strong presence of the Force within Anakin and is convinced that he is the one prophesied as the chosen one, destined to restore balance to the Force. With Watto refusing to accept payment in Republic currency, Qui-Gon wagers both the required hyperdrive parts and Anakin's freedom in a pod race. This is another source of my irritation. The entire sequence where Anakin, who is a slave,
Mm-hmm.
seems to have more of a shopkeeper's apprentice relationship with Watto.
Well, I think that proves that Watto still has a soft spot for him, though.
Yeah.
I think that shows that Watto is he is a softie.
So that I guess that makes sense. Like maybe he acquired them as slaves, but isn't particularly a slaver himself.
Yeah, he does not. It's not really his bag because he seems to be about money. So if he can get money and somehow or another he came into possession with them, money talks and bullshit walks for Watto.
Mm-hmm. True story. And the sequence with Anakin talking to Padme about being an
Are
angel.
you an angel? You hate that part.
Like as I said on episode 100 of the All Things Star Wars podcast. Fuck that.
Oh. Anakin wins the race and joins the group to be trained as a Jedi, leaving behind his mother Shmi. En route to their starship, Qui-Gon Jinn is attacked by Darth Maul. Ooh. Sidious's apprentice. Yeah, that was all tacos. Who was sent to capture Amidala. After a brief lightsaber duel, Qui-Gon escapes on board the starship with the others.
The first duel between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn was fucking amazing.
It totally shocked me when it happened.
It was the first time we'd seen a double-bladed lightsaber.
We didn't see that yet. We only saw the one side.
You're right.
You only saw the one side.
Yep. He just does a backflip off the motorcycle and comes after him.
With one. Yep. With the one thing.
And even then, you're like, well, this guy's a badass.
Fuck yeah, he was. Hell yeah.
Even Qui-Gon was kind of taken aback by how powerful this guy was.
Right. Pure rage.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan escort Padme to Coruscant so that she can plead her people's case to Valorum in the Galactic Senate. Qui-Gon asks the Jedi Council for permission to train Anakin as a Jedi, but the Council refuses, concerned that Anakin is vulnerable to the dark side of the Force. So I don't know how you sit on the political side of what's going on in the prequels.
Okay.
Some people really butt up against it because they're like, fucking politics in my Star Wars.
I hate politics, but it didn't bother me in this setting.
I really kind of get into the political minutia of what's going on. Like every time one of the books talks about it or anything like that, I dig it.
Right.
Especially like in Princess Leia's book Bloodline, where she's a senator. Have you read that yet?
Nope.
Super good. Tons of stuff. That's when the government folks figure out that Vader was her father.
Right. I've heard of what it's about. That's sweet though.
And it kind of fucks her whole political career.
Undaunted, Qui-Gon Jinn vows to make up Anakin as his new apprentice. Meanwhile, Naboo Senator Palpatine persuades Amidala to call for a vote of no confidence in Valorum to elect a more capable leader and resolve the crisis.
I'm pretty sure this is the scene where we see E.T.
Yeah. The Greebles.
And a couple other...
They're named Greebles.
Are they?
They're Steven Spielberg's... They're Spielberg backwards.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
So there's that, and there's a couple other strange species.
Yeah.
That we see that we've seen in other stuff. As far as the no confidence thing, Chancellor Valorum is essentially like the
he's a
Senate Majority Leader.
Yeah, he's a tool.
Yeah. And he is very much, he's crippled by his own bureaucracy, and he's just a useless fucking tool of, whatever power has,
Yeah.
So it was easy to pick him off. And of course, we all know who does it, but we're going to save that for later.
Yes.
Though she is successful in pushing for a vote, Amidala grows frustrated with the corruption in the Senate and decides to return to Naboo. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are ordered by the Jedi Council to accompany the Queen and investigate
The Return of the Sith.
the return of the Sith. Where did I lose it? Did I hit it twice? Yeah, the return of the Sith, whom they believe to be extinct for more than a millennium. I'm cutting all this out.
No, you're not.
You're right.
On Naboo, Padme reveals herself as the queen before the Gungans to gain their trust, and then persuades them to help against the Trade Federation. Jar Jar is promoted to general, which we don't fucking understand why, and joins his tribe in a battle against the droid army, while Padme leads the search for Gunray and Theed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never understood why he got promoted.
No.
Like, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, makes sense.
Mhm.
Jar Jar, no, don't get it.
The only thing I can think of is he was promoted because it made it easier to keep an eye on him.
I don't know, but they fucked up. I need to get a drink.
Really, the reason why he got promoted is George likes the character
That's true.
and he wanted him to be around, which I don't understand because literally nobody else likes the character except for the people that were little kids at the time.
That's true too.
So yeah, Padme.
I don't hate the character.
No.
But I don't like the character.
And my problem, what was the name of the guy that was Jar Jar? I should remember this.
I can see it in my fucking
Mm-hmm.
Ahmad Best.
Yeah, Ahmad Best. He was good. He did his job exactly like he was supposed to.
Right.
The problem was the job, not the performance.
Exactly.
So there's that. Anakin is told by Qui-Gon to hide in a starfighter alongside R2 in the hangar, but accidentally triggers its autopilot and flies into space, where he takes part in a battle against the Federation droid control ship, inadvertently causing its destruction from within. He deactivates the droid army.
That was fucking cool.
It was cool.
I enjoy the whole space fight and going in there, and I enjoy the space fights, the space battles, everything like that, and everyone, especially Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm. This whole part kind of exemplified what Star Wars movies typically do well.
Right. See, this reminded me more of the, because everybody compares The Force Awakens to the original trilogy, A New Hope. I compared this a lot because the space battle and then the fight. I compared this a lot to the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm. I think,
but then again, George Lucas wanted to rhyme. So
yeah, a lot of the same beats are there, but I think George really got lost in, and we're going to get into this in a little bit. Oh, I guess we've already done it. The pod race. We just breezed right over the fucking 67-minute fucking pod race that was in the middle of this movie. And all of that was George stroking his phallic member all over the movie. Look what I can do.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with really moving the story along.
It didn't need to be this near as long as it was.
I say that you can fix the whole thing if you just have Watto using Anakin to race in these races because he's good at it, and that's where we find him. So instead of this big race and everything weighs on the race or whatever, just have us, like maybe the movie starts with us like watching Anakin run one of these races and crash his ship at the end. And then we go to something else.
I don't know. Now you're getting crazy.
I know.
You're getting a little crazy.
But I really think that the whole putting Anakin in this pod, having never raced a race before.
No, he's never finished one.
Never finished a race before. And now we're going to believe that he gets to save the day.
Because he's attuned to the Force.
But he was that before, right?
Yeah, but he just really opened up his potential. Qui-Gon told him some things. He's like, oh shit, I got it inside me. He drank the Kool-Aid.
All right. I'll allow it. I don't agree with it, but I'll allow it.
Can't think too hard, man.
I can. This is Star Wars. We're thinking hard on this.
Hey. Maul, who has been dispatched by Darth Sidious to capture Amidala, engages Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan in a lightsaber duel. He mortally wounds Qui-Gon, but is cut in half by Obi-Wan, and his remains fall down the shaft. Qui-Gon asks Obi-Wan to train Anakin before dying in his arms.
I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say the obvious joke. Darth Maul got the shaft.
Ridiculous. You're fucking ridiculous. That was weak sauce.
It was weak. It was a dad joke.
A dad joke and a half.
I love Darth Maul as a character. From top to bottom, everywhere that we get him. When we get him in the cartoons later on, I think he's a great character.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm hoping that we get some Darth Maul in the Bad Batch. He's around. He's doing things.
He could be. It's possibly. I liked how during the fight, when those like laser beam shields go in front of Qui-Gon and Darth Maul, Qui-Gon meditates and Darth Maul goes back and forth like a fucking lion in a cage.
So I heard not too long ago an interesting explanation of this. Apparently in canon, or in the expanded universe, I guess it would be, Jedi are taught to commune with the Force to become Force ghosts. So it's an actual exercise that they go through. Qui-Gon was never taught to do that. So in these moments, while he's sitting there meditating, he's trying to connect himself deeply with the Force enough that he can continue living after being killed.
That's crazy.
Because he knows that at the end of this fight, he's going to die so that Obi-Wan can live.
Right. That's wild shit, man.
I was like, well, that's fucking heavy.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Now, somebody might disagree with that, but I thought that was quite beautiful, really.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Following the battle, Gunray is arrested by the Republic, and Palpatine is elected Chancellor. Master Yoda promotes Obi-Wan to the rank of Jedi Knight and reluctantly accepts Anakin as Obi-Wan's apprentice.
Nice.
But will never grant him Master.
Never grant that motherfucker Master. A funeral is held for Qui-Gon Jinn, attended by the other Jedi who contemplate that there is still one Sith remaining since there are always two of them. During a celebratory parade on Naboo, Padme presents a gift of thanks to the Gungans to establish peace.
Which also, it was just like this weird glowing orb of stuff.
It was. It looked like the giant orb from Revenge of the Sith where they go to the opera.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it looked like, just a smaller version of it.
Oh, that's fucked up. Jess says, where did the Sith go to get their robes? And then he says, a shopping mall. The fuck? Bro.
That's a dad joke.
Bro. This once again, we see some more of the Gungans being silly cartoony.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh yeah, we used being friends or whatever. And then he's like,
right. And then he's like almost falling off the little, I don't know what the fuck creature is when Jar Jar Binks is getting off the creature.
Right.
He like gets his foot caught and shit like that.
Now, interestingly enough, in contrast to the way I feel about this, my wife just recently watched all of the Star Wars movies in order. And by recently, I mean probably about 8 to 10 months ago now. It was during quarantine.
It's still recent.
Recent enough for this hell. She finds the Gungans incredibly funny.
What?
It cracks her up.
Your wife finds them funny?
Even though she knows
that
it's
surprises
coming.
Me.
When Boss Nass does shit like, she thinks that's fucking funny. And, it brings me joy to watch her laugh at something I can't stand.
It's just weird.
So now I have this weird relationship with it where it's both fun for me and I can't stand it. So deal with that. I guess it's because I adore my wife, not because Gungans are cool.
I guess so.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, came out in 2002.
Nice. 3 years later.
3 years later. That's a SpongeBob reference.
Yes.
10 years after the Battle of Naboo, the Galactic Republic is threatened by a separatist movement organized by former Jedi Master Count Dooku. Senator Padme Amidala comes to Coruscant to vote in a motion to create an army to assist the Jedi against the threat. Which, well, I won't spoil it until we spoil it.
Don't spoil it until we spoil it.
Don't spoil a 19-year-old movie.
Don't do that. Narrowly avoiding an assassination attempt upon her arrival, she is placed under the protection of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and his apprentice Anakin Skywalker. The pair thwart a second attack on Padme's life and has subdued the assassin Sam Wessel, who is killed by her employer, a bounty hunter, before she can reveal his identity.
Now, Sam Wessel has a ton of other stories, apparently. And I've never read any of them. I don't know anything about it, but I know that
it's probably legend stuff.
Yeah, and it's Sam Wessel is a female,
right,
bounty hunter. Remind me when Padme's ship arrives, is it the platform that explodes or the ship itself?
I think it's the platform.
Okay.
By the platform area where she parked.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't quite remember. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
The Jedi Council instructs Obi-Wan to find the bounty hunter, where Anakin is tasked to protect Padme and escort her back to Naboo, where the two fall in love in spite of the Jedi's code that forbids relationships. Before we get too far into this, did you ever buy the relationship between Padme and Anakin?
When I was younger, I did. But these movies, 2002, I was in the service.
Mm-hmm.
I was still, fresh out of high school, so to a degree, I did, but the acting was to be,
Wow. Why can't Padme count on Anakin to pick up the bill on the first date? Because he's a little short. Fuck. Jen, take Jess into the other room and sit him down and spank him or whatever you got to do.
Yeah, calm this shit down.
That shit's funny.
Obi-Wan's search leads him to the mysterious ocean planet of Kamino, where he discovers an army of clones being produced for the Republic under the name of Sifo Dyas, a deceased Jedi Master, with bounty hunter Jango Fett serving as their genetic template.
So let's talk about this. Have you ever heard anywhere else of this Sifo Dyas?
No.
Why?
Other than in the Clone Wars.
So
it is in the Clone Wars.
Is it?
Yes. And then it's in the Dooku book.
Oh, it was in the Dooku book.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
I just wish that they somewhere would have gone back and given us some kind of backstory to why this Jedi had enough pull to do this. Even though I don't think it was him.
My understanding, it had something to do with somebody mispronouncing Palpatine, Sidious's name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how this came about. George had to write around it.
Really?
I don't know how much truth there is to that, and I don't even know if I'm getting the story correct on that.
Yeah.
But that's something I've heard. That Sidious Sifo Dyas, like the person enunciated or said something wrong the way it was written, and they fucked it up, and George had to write around this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan meets with Jango, who reveals that the clones were the idea of a man called Tyrannus. Obi-Wan deduces Jango to be the bounty hunter he's seeking, and after a brief battle, places a homing beacon on Jango's ship, Slave One. He then follows Jango and his clone son, Boba, to the planet Geonosis.
Did you notice when Jango finally gets on Slave One and he's walking up the ramp to get in the ship, the door comes down and he bumps his head on the door?
No.
Yeah. They did it as kind of an homage to the original Star Wars where the stormtrooper hit his head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I I enjoyed that whole sequence. The two of them
Their
fighting.
Their fighting was awesome. I loved it.
On the roof in the rain.
Yeah, I loved it. I love me some inclement weather, so give me a fight in there. So I'm down with it.
Right. It's nothing I can spank out of him. This is so over my level.
Yeah, just you got to stay out of there right now.
I'm telling you.
Meanwhile, Anakin is troubled by visions of his mother Shmi, in pain, and decides to return to his homeworld of Tatooine with Padme to save her. Watto reveals that he sold Shmi to a moisture farmer named Cliegg Lars, who then freed and married her.
The way that this whole thing is set up, like, as it's probably like a sequence of 3 or 4 scenes, and each scene gets more and more tense. So by the time you get to what I'm going to talk about next, like, the tension is like palpable.
Yeah.
And you can like, I've got issues with a lot of decisions George made. But Hayden Christensen was not the problem.
Right.
Like, his delivery in this next series of scenes, like, he manages to convey a building emotion. You start to see some of that anger rise up inside him. And then, you really kind of he does a good job telegraphing the transition.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Cliegg tells Anakin that she's been abducted by Tusken Raiders weeks earlier and is likely dead. Determined to find his mother, Anakin ventures out and finds her in a Tusken campsite, still barely alive. After she dies in his arms, an enraged Anakin massacres the tribe. He later declares to Padme that he will find a way to prevent the deaths of those he loves.
And he didn't just kill the men and the women. He killed the children too.
You're right. So, which he actually develops a taste for.
Yeah, that sick bastard.
I saw a meme today, maybe, or yesterday, pointing out that at this point in Anakin's training, especially when you're looking at stuff that we see in, episodes 7, 8, and 9,
right?
Anakin should have been able to support his mother's life functions long enough to bring her back from the brink.
You would think.
The only thing that I can think of that kind of explains this away is at this point he's so angry that the dark side is clouding his.
Oh yeah, that's the dark. That's what the dark side is, man.
Yeah. His ability to control the light to bring her back. So, in effect, makes him powerless to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. But yet he craves that shit.
Right.
He eventually becomes to crave it. On Geonosis, Obi-Wan discovers a separatist gathering led by Count Dooku, who is developing a droid army with Trade Federation Viceroy Newt Gunray, an order that attempts on Padme's life. Obi-Wan transmits his findings to the Jedi Council, but is captured by the separatist droids.
Right. One of the things that younger folks won't get, but it makes me giggle every time I hear Newt Gunray, I hear Newt Gingrich.
Yes, I do too.
And if you're not of a certain age group, like, the absurdity of Newt Gingrich doesn't fucking settle in with you. But it makes me laugh every time. Now, Obi-Wan transmitting to the Jedi Council. That scene happens so fast, but they're essentially hanging on, his decision as far as what's going on in the field,
right? Which
is kind of above his level at this point. And then they get snatched up by the separatist droids, and they're just like, well, fuck. Dooku meets Obi-Wan in his cell and explains his role in the Confederacy of Independent Systems formation, while implying that a large portion of the Galactic Senate is under the control of his new master, Darth Sidious.
Hell yeah, he is.
This is really the first time that we make that transition between Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, and Darth Sidious.
Yeah, like he's telling you, but he's not telling you.
Right.
It's not like, oh, Darth Sidious is Palpatine, or they're both one and the same, but
right. And Obi-Wan may have his suspicions, but at this point, he
Right.
doesn't realize they're the same people.
yeah, right. He then invites Obi-Wan to join him and stop the Dark Lord of the Sith. When Obi-Wan refuses, Dooku claims that Obi-Wan's late master and Dooku's former apprentice, Qui-Gon Jinn, would have, had he been alive. Meanwhile, Senator Representative Jar Jar Binks proposes a successful vote to grant emergency powers to Chancellor Palpatine, allowing the clone army to be authorized.
Which leads us back to why Jar Jar got appointed.
Because he's an idiot.
It's definitely the work of Lord Sidious to put a character that dumb in a position where he could take that lofty of a motion, I guess.
Yeah, he knew what the fuck he was doing. He wasn't playing games.
Jar Jar becomes what Jar Jar becomes because Lord Sidious helped it happen.
Exactly. He knew what was up.
Which is one of it leads to a very interesting theory about him, Jar Jar, being a Sith Lord, which is fun, but it's not really what happened. So Obi-Wan in this is really trying to be seduced by Dooku, because Dooku really believes that if with Obi-Wan's help, he can kill Palpatine and he can be the Sith Master.
Right.
Which, if you're into any of the expanded universe stuff, you understand that that's the right of the Sith,
right,
to get to a certain point to kill their master.
Exactly.
But generally, in order to do that, they have to pick a good apprentice. So, and in some of the books, you'll notice that when an apprentice tries to do that to the master, the first thing the master will do is go and kill the one that the apprentice is looking to take as an apprentice.
Yeah. I love it.
Like
that's
when you get into like Bane and stuff.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I see what the fuck you're doing.
This isn't happening.
Anakin and Padme head to Geonosis to rescue Obi-Wan, but Anakin loses his lightsaber and they are captured by Jango. Dooku sentences the trio to death, but they are saved by a battalion of clone troopers led by Yoda, Mace Windu, and some other Jedi. Really, most of the other Jedi.
Exactly. Windu beheads Jango during the ensuing battle. Obi-Wan and Anakin intercept Dooku, and they engage in a lightsaber duel. Dooku injures Obi-Wan and severs Anakin's right arm, but Yoda intercepts and defends them. Dude, this was the first time being in a theater where people lost their shit that I was aware of.
Right.
When Yoda pulled his lightsaber out and started jumping around and fighting, the entire I actually saw that up in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I had come up here with my ex-wife around the holidays. I think it was around the holidays. Whatever. We had my son, and I went and saw this movie for the first time in the theaters. And I remember the theater went fucking insane when this shit happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like that for you. But...
Well, I didn't see it very close to opening night.
Oh, okay.
This one I saw because by this time we had TJ would have been about 2.5 or 3. So we were in that we had to get a babysitter to go to the movies.
Oh yeah, we were here visiting family, so it was like, can you watch the kid? And it was, yeah, I can do that.
Right. So I think I probably saw it a few days later, and I do remember the room getting super excited, but it wasn't like opening night would have been, where people would have been like, yeah.
Oh, people went fucking nuts when it happened.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was like, what the hell? Are you allowed to do this in a theater?
Right.
Can't be this loud. Shut up.
Yep. So that whole sequence with all the Jedi fighting, and you got all the Geonosians popping down and getting into it, and Jango's head rolling around on the ground, and Boba picking up his dad's head.
Yeah. What the shit?
Have you seen the meme of him picking up his dad's bucket and the head falls out? It's so fucked up.
It's awesome.
But this whole scene, like I really enjoy. Still to this day, it's one of the scenes in the movie where I don't mind just watching that.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's real good stuff. I like it when all the lightsabers start lighting up in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They're just different colors are popping up all over the place. Like, holy shit, there's a lot of Jedi here.
Yep. I find it the previous sequence less entertaining. The one where Padme's bouncing around and her shirt gets ripped, and you're like, oh,
I still like that though.
Do you?
Yeah. It did it for me.
It's a movie trope thing that
it's a movie trope thing that I'm okay with.
Be more original.
If it was Leia, you'd be like, oh yeah, baby.
Well, they just practically made Leia naked. They skipped right to lingerie.
Exactly.
Dooku uses the Force to distract Yoda and escapes to Coruscant, where he delivers the plans of a super weapon to Sidious, who addresses him by his Sith name, Darth Tyrannus. So it was at this point that we really see that Darth Tyrannus was the one who got the Geonosians working on making the clones.
Yes.
And it was probably either
not the Geonosians.
Geonosians. No, you're right. The Kaminoans. That it was probably either him pulling the strings of Cypher Diaz, or he killed Cypher Diaz and said that he was Cypher Diaz when he made the orders.
Possibly.
Once again, that's something I would like more clarification.
Yeah, I don't know where to find it, buddy.
Write that part of the story, please, Disney. As the Jedi acknowledged the beginning of the Clone Wars, Anakin is fitted with a robotic hand and marries Padme on Naboo, with C-3PO and R2-D2 as the only witnesses. I would not have allowed that. C-3PO runs his mouth constantly.
Yeah, but at this point, we really don't know that.
That's true. That's true. That all that comes in, episode 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, we're like, can you just shut the fuck up, please?
But once again, this is another point where I was like, how did we get here? Anakin and Padme somehow have this relationship that's so serious that now it's time to get married.
Yes.
And we've only seen little snippets of them like giving each other side glances.
No, because they thought it was all over. They thought they were going to die. And that's when their love kind of unfolded and blossomed at that moment. They thought they were going to be fucking killed.
Okay.
So they gave into their love right then and there.
All right. So it doesn't bother you at all that she's kind of a pedo?
No.
Okay. I'm just fucking with you anyway.
Fuck you. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, came out in 2005. Above Coruscant, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker lead a mission to rescue the kidnapped Supreme Chancellor Palpatine from the cyborg separatist commander, General Grievous. After infiltrating Grievous's flagship, the Jedi battle Sith Lord Count Dooku, whom Anakin overpowers and decapitates at Palpatine's urging. After infiltrating Grievous's flagship, the Jedi battle with Sith Lord Count Dooku, whom Anakin overpowers and decapitates at Palpatine's urging. Grievous escapes the battle-torn ship, which the Jedi crash land on Coruscant.
Right. They're icky love, Jen says. I really kind of dug how this scene ties into the stuff that we got in the Clone Wars cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In fact, it made this part of the movie on subsequent watches much more interesting.
Yeah. But it made me realize too, though, General Grievous is a bitch.
Yeah.
He always runs.
He is a punk ass bitch.
Always running.
Yep.
Sad ass mofo.
So we know that he killed at least 4 Jedi.
What's up, Salty Nerd? Thanks for joining us, dude.
Hey, what's going on, man? So we know he killed at least 4 Jedi because he's got 4 lightsabers.
Right.
How did he kill those Jedi? Did he just get lucky to get the drop on him? I think
so. He literally dropped on him.
Because he must have. Because he any other time he fucking runs away like a bitch.
Or he pit-pocketed him.
It's also pretty sweet, this whole sequence of the ship crash landing.
Oh, that was awesome. I love how it's burning up in the atmosphere and everything. That shit was cool.
Yep. There, Anakin reunites with his wife, Padme Amidala, who reveals that she is pregnant. While initially excited, Anakin soon begins to have nightmares about Padme dying in childbirth. Palpatine appoints Anakin to the Jedi Council as his personal representative. The council, suspicious of Palpatine, approves the appointment, but declines to grant Anakin the rank of Jedi Master, and instead instructs him to spy on Palpatine, diminishing Anakin's trust in the Jedi.
He was smooth with it, though.
Yeah, this is one of the things that a lot of people get pissy about, is the convoluted web that George tried to weave with this stuff. Like, in one breath, he's like, this is a kid's movie, and Jar Jar Binks is funny. And then they drop some shit like this.
Yeah, right.
That's definitely geared for grown-ups, and kids are like, what?
What just happened?
But you can definitely draw a correlation between the decision to not grant Anakin the rank of master to him being like, no, I've had enough with this.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
That was
yeah.
kind of the last straw.
Right. Darth Sidious orders Grievous to relocate to the Separatist Council to the lava planet of Mustafar. Obi-Wan travels to Utapau, where he kills Grievous, and Yoda travels to the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk to defend it from a Separatist invasion. Meanwhile, Palpatine tempts Anakin with his knowledge of the Force, including the power to prevent death, which he offers to teach him to save Padme's life.
This whole thing was, being that you're watching from a third person point of view, like, you can see Anakin getting manipulated at every turn.
Oh, hell yeah. By both sides.
Yeah, everybody around him is disingenuous.
Yeah.
And
they're not looking out for the best interest in him.
They can see the power in him and that they got to harness it, but they're not willing to just let him be him, which is what frustrates him. No wonder he fucking gets real dark real fast.
Right.
Anakin deduces that he is a Sith Lord behind the war and reports Palpatine's treachery to Mace Windu, who confronts and subdues him. Desperate to save Padme's life, Anakin disarms Windu before he can kill Palpatine, who sends Windu falling to his death. Anakin pledges himself to the Sith, and Sidious knights him as Darth Vader.
Hell yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up, because at this point, he's really not a Vader.
He doesn't have the look of the Darth Vader yet.
No, he just doesn't have kids yet.
But soon.
It's just kind of
maybe
like
Palpatine can see.
Yeah, I imagine it's foretelling more than anything, but you just go, you could have waited to name him Vader until...
I didn't have a problem with it. Didn't butt up against it.
Okay. And
because honestly, I didn't learn that Vader was father and it was Darth, which was dark, and dark father.
Right.
I didn't learn that till I was much older.
And I'm sure it is foretelling on Palpatine's part, but in my eyes, he doesn't really become Vader until Padme dies. The moment when he realizes that he killed everything that mattered to him.
Yeah.
Including, fighting his master and losing his limbs and all, that's the moment when he fucking snaps.
I feel the moment he snaps is, we'll get into it later.
Okay.
Sidious then issues Order 66, which commands the clone troopers to kill their commanding Jedi officers, thus sending the Jedi Order into near extinction. Meanwhile, Vader and the battalion of clone troopers kill the remaining Jedi in the Jedi Temple, after which Vader travels to the volcanic planet Mustafar to assassinate the Separatist leaders.
I guess at this point, he's pretty much Vader.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes ham on all the Separatist leaders. His eyes turn yellow. He's got them Sith eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's done. Sizzle.
You're probably right.
He's done sizzle.
Right. He really probably the moment when he really becomes Vader is when he decapitates Dooku.
That I think that's that. Well, Attack of the Clone. Yeah, no, I still think it's the end of the movie when he fully becomes Vader. I think he's making that transition when he kills Dooku, but
Right.
I don't think he's fully there.
I think well, I guess what I'm thinking is the first major line that he crosses. Although, he did kill all the fucking
Women and children too.
the Raiders. So maybe that was the moment where he had gone a little too far.
Just a little bit, you think? Just a little too far?
Mhm. Maybe some repentance was in order.
Maybe a little bit. Couple Hail Marys. You need to fucking get this shit under control, buddy.
Sidious declares himself emperor before the Galactic Senate, transforming the Republic into the Galactic Empire and denouncing the Jedi as traitors. Having survived the chaos, Obi-Wan and Yoda return to Coruscant and learn of Anakin's turn to the dark side. Yoda orders Obi-Wan to confront Vader while he faces Sidious.
Hell yeah.
And that kind of goes back to what we saw in the Bad Batch this week.
Which was
All right, we're back. Can you hear us? I'd love to ask you guys what the last thing you heard us say was, but it's kind of too late for that. That's the second time that StreamYard has done that.
We've gotten long.
Yep. They're all going, no, there's no sound. There will be. I promise.
This is our future self speaking to you from the past.
What were we just saying? Oh, what we were talking about is what's going on right now in episode 3. What's up with the Bad Batch?
Oh, hell yeah.
And Brady was geeking out something about the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
We get Sidious's big speech, but we get it from another angle, where instead of watching it on, a little holovid,
you're watching it from the stadium floor, baby.
Yeah, and all the stormtroopers are like, fuck yeah.
They were all stoked on that shit. The Bad Batch is like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, and we figure out that Order 66 isn't just the order to kill the Jedi. It's what snaps them in line to follow the Emperor without
any hesitation,
question.
without question. Exactly.
My
turn.
It is your turn.
Yep.
If I can make the thing work.
Oh my God. Boop, 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 boop.
Stick with us, guys.
We're getting it. All kinds of technical difficulties.
The sound going out really fucked me.
Yep. When Padme learns of Anakin's treachery, she travels to Mustafar, with Obi-Wan stowing away on her ship, and implores Anakin to abandon the dark side, but he refuses. Sensing Obi-Wan's presence and thinking that they are conspiring to kill him, Anakin angrily uses the Force to strangle Padme to unconsciousness. Obi-Wan then engages Anakin in a lightsaber duel that ends with Obi-Wan severing Anakin's legs and left arm. Obi-Wan retrieves Anakin's lightsaber and leaves him for dead at the bank of a lava flow.
Yep.
In the greatest lightsaber battle that has ever been put on film.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking serious.
There's no other better lightsaber battle to me, in my opinion.
I do really love this battle, and the jumping between lava stones before they get to the famous it's over, I've got the high ground,
right?
And the only thing that I dislike about this scene is Hayden Christensen's delivery of the "I hate you."
Oh, really?
Yeah, it seems oddly overdone to me.
No, I love it. I feel the rage in his voice, dude. I love it. I think that's one of the best parts of his acting.
Okay. I that's completely fine with me. I figured that most people think that's
fair. And then you can have your opinion on it. I mean, it's wrong, but it's your opinion.
I'm okay with being wrong from time to time. On Coruscant, Yoda battles Sidious until their duel reaches a stalemate. Yoda then flees with Senator Bail Organa and regroups with Obi-Wan and Padme on the planetoid Polis Massa. There, Padme gives birth to twins, whom she names Luke and Leia, and then dies soon after, having lost her will to live. I don't agree with that either.
Okay. Meaning?
From what I know about women, which is very little, I will confess right away. Women don't usually have a problem transitioning to caring about the boy and then being all about the children. Like, fuck, usually after the point they have the baby, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
it becomes all about the child.
Right. Fuck that dude.
So I never did understand that. I think that he could have easily been like, something happened and she bled to that.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think the idea of going for the romanticized she died of a broken heart thing was a stretch, especially for a woman who, for the last 3 movies, we've watched her be nothing but strong.
Right. And powerful. Right. Exactly.
It seems to me like she would just be like, fuck that guy.
Right. I'm with you.
So I once again, that is a minor rewrite edit issue. Like, they could have just been like, boop, fine.
Right.
So, whatever. I didn't write the fucking story. On Mustafar, Sidious retrieves a barely alive Anakin and takes him to Coruscant, where his mutilated body is treated and covered in a black armored suit. Sidious tells him that he killed Padme, and in a blind rage, devastating Anakin, he destroys all the machines that are putting him back together.
I loved how they were imploding.
Yeah.
They weren't exploding, they were imploding and shit.
He was just crushing everything around him. And Sidious is just like,
Yeah,
I did it. I did it.
I got him mad as fuck.
He mad now.
Obi-Wan and Yoda plan to conceal the twins from the Sith and go into exile until the time is right to challenge the Empire. As Padme's funeral takes place on her homeworld of Naboo, Sidious and Vader supervise the construction of the Death Star. Bail takes Leia to his homeworld of Alderaan, where he and his wife adopt her, while Obi-Wan delivers Luke to the step-uncle and aunt, Owen and Brewer Lars, on Tatooine before going into exile to watch over the boy.
Now, I don't understand why Obi-Wan was put in control of watching Luke.
Watching over him?
Yes.
Because Bail Organa is part, like, he's like royalty of some sort.
No, I get that. What I don't understand is why they felt like you needed a Jedi to protect this one. But the other one will be fine.
Because he's going to be behind guards and all this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, but we've just watched Sith and Jedi tear through regular forces. Like, why wouldn't Yoda want to be where
Why
Leia
would you
was?
think about it too that hard?
Because that's what I do.
Why?
Because it's what I do.
I can't answer your questions because I don't think about this shit that hard.
I never understood why we didn't put a Jedi in proximity to.
Because there was
Leia.
only one.
There was more. We find out later there's more.
Yeah, but eventually they can't be trusted yet. They're a bunch of sons of bitches.
Fair enough. So then we get to see, Sidious and Vader watching over the build of the Death Star, which was cool.
Hell yeah, it was.
It was a cool foreshadowing. You're like, I get to see that blow up later.
It was Tarkin, and then you saw Tarkin, and then he walks off screen. That was dope too.
Yep. There are a million things that George did right, and I do nitpick some really silly shit. But if when you're talking about, now we just talked about fucking 5 hours worth of film,
right?
I got a few things that bug me, but who doesn't?
I think it was more than 5 hours, buddy. It's probably 6.5, 7 hours.
You're probably right. On the whole, when you're looking at Star Wars as 9 movies now, 11 movies, but
I got you.
The Skywalker trilogy or saga being 9 movies. If you break that up into 3 sections, is the Which order do you put them in? You have the
I would go original trilogy, prequels, and sequels.
okay. So I'm a bit the opposite. I say the original trilogy. I like the sequels more than I like the prequels.
Nice.
If I could take The Last Jedi and Revenge of the Sith and swap them, the sequel trilogy would be my favorite.
Nice.
But I think that the thing that I love about the sequel trilogy, and we'll get into that when we go over the sequel trilogy, is the through line threads that they pulled of my nostalgia muscle.
Yeah.
From the, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's because they're the strongest. I think it's because it played my 40-year-old heart like a fucking fiddle. So, you know, we'll get into that shit later.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else about these movies that you want to make sure we hit?
I like them. I've always loved them. I've never been one of those people who's like tried to front and pretend I was like not a fan of. I saw the first one when I was in high school. They kind of grew up with me as I had kids. I love the prequels.
I liked the Phantom Menace when I watched it the first few times. I didn't really start to develop big problems with it until later. It mostly centers around a tonal mismatch, you know, with Gungans and stuff. You know, that it was like, we're going to tell a relatively serious story with a lot of political headwinds and some heavy bad guy shit going on in the dark. But there's also this really bizarrely comical silliness about it. And that's where I struggled with that. And the pod race thing, can we whittle down about 28 minutes of the 47 minutes we fly around in that?
I want to explore more live action during this time frame of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh God, do I ever?
Yeah, I think that would be great. It's one of the reasons why I hope that this Obi-Wan series has a lot of flashbacks.
Me too. Yes, me too.
I what I want to see is old man Obi-Wan telling us about little minutia things that were happening that we didn't get to see
in the cartoon or
yes,
I'm so with it.
So now let's whittle this down a little tighter. The prequel trilogy. What's your favorite?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
What's yours?
I agree. Revenge of the Sith. It's the strongest installment of these movies.
So what order would you order them in?
3, 2, 1.
I'd go 3, 1, 2.
You like
no 3, 2, 1. You're right. 3, 2, 1.
I think that the Phantom Menace is the weakest of this.
Yeah,
trilogy.
I would have to agree because I like when the clone troopers get introduced. That's one of my favorite parts.
I think another thing that about Phantom Menace that was grossly wrong was hiring Jake Lloyd to be.
Yeah, when you watch the behind the scenes thing, they show this other kid, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't that other kid get hired?
Jake Lloyd was not good.
No, at all. Like you're watching the behind the scenes shit. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's bad.
Yeah, it's not good. There's no reason that those choices were made.
And I'm not one of those people who's gotten irate and fuck this dude and he's garbage and blah 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 blah. But no, man, you fucked up.
And then, you know, hindsight being 2020, it fucked Jake Lloyd's life up.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Yeah, he might have had a real decent life if George hadn't have fucking made that wrong decision. It just goes to show you that we're all just kind of bumping around and shit goes awry sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I think that we beat it to death.
Hell yeah.
Everybody make sure that you like this video. Like we said earlier, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe so that we know and we can get you into the drawing for this week's Star Wars Insider magazine.
Hell yeah.
That the cool folks down at Nostalgia Inc. gave us.
Hell yeah.
Throw in some kind of review on iTunes Or, if you just want to give us a review on YouTube, go ahead and instead of making a comment, give us a review. We'll read that. Just tell us it's a review so that we know it's just not some hateful shit you wanted to say. All that stuff really helps people find us and then decide whether or not they want to invest their time in the show.
Right. Exactly. Please make sure you subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Don, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Jetfire1979, and you can find me at Instagram at DellaSnooch. And Brady, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at lowercase o 0 capital BIG _ capital LOVIN 0 lowercase o, and once again that's on Instagram and Twitter.
Nice. You can find us and other great podcasts at red5network.com.
Hell yeah.
We are Red 5.
We are Red 5, bitches. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
May the force be with you, and go blue.
Oh, shit.
Clankety clank.
I got to pee, man. Hold on. I have nothing to drink on that. I just got to go.
Yeah.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.